Taiku number 96. Take one. A Taiku is an unanswered question, unresolved question, and the tradition is that we need to wait until the Messiah comes. And I was wondering why the tradition is that when the Messiah comes, then it's Elijah who answers the questions. Why is it that Elijah is answering the questions? Are we not going to talk to the Messiah? How is that going to work? Why is Elijah answering the questions and not the Messiah? And I don't think I ever had an answer to that. If any of you have an answer, I'd be very interested in hearing. But at any rate, there was a rabbi who put together a book called Taiku, and it's a compilation of all of these unanswered, unresolved questions in the Talmud. He lists 317 of them. This is the 96th one, and it appears in Tractate Sotah, page 18a, with the words Boi Rava. Boi Rava, Kosav Shtei Megillas, Shtei Soitos, Rava raised a dilemma. If one wrote two scrolls for two separate Sotah women, and a Sotah woman, you can read about it in Numbers, it's chapter 5, I think, around there. It's the suspected adulterous woman, and there's a scroll that's written for this Sotah woman, and the name of a god is erased from it, and it's made into a water, and then she has to drink it, and you can read it there in Numbers chapter around chapter 5. It's around there. But anyway, so Rava raised a dilemma. If one wrote two scrolls for two separate Sotah women, but then erased both of the scrolls in one cup, what's the halacha? It's an interesting question. Can it be used for both women? Do we require that only the writing be performed for the sake of a specific woman, in which case that is accomplished here? Or perhaps we require that also the erasure be performed for the sake of a specific woman, which is not accomplished here, since both scrolls are erased together. It's like they both merge into one woman, which is interesting because we're dealing with something similar now in Daf Yomi, and it's kind of dovetailing into that those ideas that if it's talking about different cases where a sacrifice needs to be performed with the intention of that sacrifice in mind, and one of the proofs were brought in from a divorced woman, where different cases where it could be that the husband wrote not for the sake of that woman, or there's one case where there were two women with the same name, and let's just say it was written for one woman, but in the end she didn't get divorced. But can you use that bill of divorce for the other woman who has the exact same name, and her husband had the same name? Both couples had the same name. So can you use that divorce certificate for the other woman? And it comes out, I think, that you need to have the right intention in mind. But this is similar to that there's two Sotah women, two different scrolls, but they both got merged into one erasure into Sotah water. Not soda water, but Sotah water. Im timtze loma beinen name mechigel shma mechagel shtem koises khazo yemahu mechigel shma beinen ega oidilma la dida kashatia la dida kashatia. And if you say that we require that also the erasure be for the sake of each specific woman, then if the priest erased them in two different cups and then afterward mixed the water, that's interesting. There you have both intentions, and they were both into different cups, but what if the cups were mixed together? The water from both together again, what's the halacha? Do we require that only the erasure be for the sake of a specific woman, in which case that is accomplished here, because they're two different scrolls, two different erasures, two different cups even, but just the problem is they're just mixed now. Or perhaps since this Sotah does not drink from only her own water, and that Sotah does not drink from only her own water, maybe that's disqualified. You need to have 2 Sotah waters, 1 Sotah water per person. B'imtim zilomar, alav dida kashatia, yalav dida kashatia, chazer chedel ma'u, yesh brera o im brera teiku. Aha, they're bringing brera here. And furthermore, if you say that the water is disqualified because this one does not drink from only her own water, and that one does not drink from only her own water, what if after mixing 2 cups of water together, the priest divided them again? Now, this is really interesting. What if these 2 Sotah waters got, they're both same intention, different intention, both women, separate cups, okay, with 2 separate erasures, but the cups got mixed, but they got divided again. Now what? You would think that should work, right? But it's contingent upon a certain ongoing halachic quandary of im yesh brera or im brera. Brera is translated as retroactive clarification. Is that basically, can you do something and when it was done, there was no intention that it was being done, but then afterwards you say that from beforehand, I'm making it that it was supposed to be this way. Like an example is given of, I think it was like 2 wines, like Truma wine and regular wine got mixed together, and so you say whatever wine is in here is already Truma, whatever wine is Truma is going to be from here. It's already mixed, it's already too late, but you're saying from beforehand, maybe that's not exactly the right case, but something like that. Like basically, you're defining the thing afterwards, and you're saying that intention applied before that. So that shaila applies here, because if the 2 waters got mixed and then they got divided again, so if there's brera, if you do believe that you can do retroactive clarification, you could say whatever water is in this water, it belongs to that, and whatever water is in that one belongs to that one, and it's already split from beforehand, and so it's like it never got mixed in the first place. And if you don't believe in brera, if you don't say that works, then it's mixed, and there's no way possible to actually to split the 2. There's no way. I mean, even if you did a chemical analysis, it would be like impossible. I mean, yeah, because they wouldn't have tested it beforehand. So like, there's no way to physically, scientifically split it. But if you believe it, but if you mentally split it, then it could. So is there retroactive clarification? In which case, that one may claim that each woman drank her own water. You just say whatever I drank was my water. It was her water, not my water. I'm saying her water. Or is there no retroactive clarification? And to all these dilemmas, all these questions, the question shall stand unresolved. And I think this would be, for the Mashiach to answer the question of brera would be, I think, very important. Retroactive clarification. Some of these teikus, quite frankly, I'll be honest, some of these teikus, I don't understand how they even made it to become a teiku. It seems so obvious that I don't even know why they were asked. I mean, and some of them, maybe it's just me, I had a hard time understanding even why it was a question in the first place. So, I always make a section called my own personal teikus. One of my own personal teikus is why Elijah answers it, and not the Mashiach himself. I haven't heard an answer to that, so far it's a teiku. But I also have, if you listen to the other teikus, and right now there's 96 of them. After this one, there's 96 of them out there. And God willing, I hope to finish all 317 of them, which should be done by God willing, by May of next year, which will should finish out the Appeal 89 dispensation of the three dispensations, and then after that they mix. So that should be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. So this is the last Taiku of 5785. It's actually for Rosh Hashanah. This is for the first one, actually, of 5786. So wish everyone a happy and healthy, productive, and meaningful New Year. 5786.